Okay, we're looking at the 9.3C practice quiz for AP Stats. Shout out to Fatima for making fun of how my voice sounds in all these videos. That's really cool. The scenario that we're looking at for the first couple questions says the distribution of actual weights of 8-ounce chocolate bars produced by a certain machine is normal. That's key, that the population is normal, with a mean of 8.1 ounces and a standard deviation of 0.1 ounces. Company managers do not want the weight of a chocolate bar to fall below 7.85 ounces for fear that consumers will complain. Question 1. Find the probability that the weight of a randomly selected candy bar is less than 7.85 ounces. The key here, we know the mean and we know the standard deviation is just to do the normal CDF command because we know that the population is normal. Our lower bound, because we're looking at less than 7.85, our lower bound would be negative infinity. And our upper bound is 7.85, the mean is 8.1, standard deviation is 0.1. Plug it in the calculator and you will get 0.0062. And that's all you have to do for that question. For question 2 now, we're looking at 4 specific candy bars are being selected at random and their mean weight, which is X bar, is computed. Question 2, describe the center, shape, and spread of the sampling distribution of X bar. The center of a sample is always going to have the same value as the center of the population. So our center is mean of X bar is 8.1. The shape of our sampling distribution will be normal because the population was also normal. That's just conceptual stuff that you would have taken notes on. The last part, spread. The way you find the spread is the standard deviation of X bar, which is defined to be the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. We are taking 4 candy bars, so the square root of 4 is 2. 0.1, which is our original standard deviation that they gave us in the problem, was 0.1. 0.1 divided by 2 is 0.05. And that's all you need to write for question 2. Question 3, find the probability that the mean weight of the 4 candy bars is less than 7.85 ounces. So again, this is going to be very similar to question 1. The argument is going to be almost the exact same, except now we're using a different standard deviation based on our answer to question 2. When you plug this in your calculator, it's going to tell you 2.87 e negative 7. Remember, that means the negative 7 means you're shifting the decimal place 7 spots to the left. If you do that, you would end up with a decimal followed by 6 zeros and then 287. But when the number is this small, you can just say it's approximately equal to 0. These wavy equal signs means approximately equal to. Question 4. Would your answers to number 1 or 2 or 3 be affected if the weights of chocolate bars were distinctly non-normal? So in this scenario, they told us the weight distributions are normal. But what if they weren't normal? What would change? Or would anything change? So the key here, if the population is not normal, then we certainly can't use normal CDF in question 1 or question 3. So our answers to question 1 and 3 would definitely change because we can't use that command. So we wouldn't have any idea necessarily how to find the probability of the candy bar weight being less than 7.85 ounces. However, for question 2, where it asked about center, shape, and spread, the center and the spread will still be the same, just because that's what the center and the spread are. But the shape will be different because the shape would have been a normal shape, would have been a standard symmetric bell curve. Since it's not normal, the shape of the sample distribution will not be a symmetric bell curve because the population is not normal. So that's question 4. That's the whole thing. This is a pretty quick, relatively easy quiz, I think.